Yes, guys, Show FMers, it's me, FM Cheetah. You can call me Matt. We're back for the end of season wrap up. Here we are. What a view, hey? What a view. Pride Park at last. Anyway, enough about that. Let's go have a look at the glory that is Derby County.
Steam bloomers watching, helping and fight, guiding our hero.
All right, I thought I would start here, an appropriate screen. The table, we've won. No surprise, no huge surprise. 117 points, 98 goal difference, 126 for 28 against. So, yeah, it was that simple, really. Almost 20 points. Oh, no, exactly 20 points ahead of second and first. Ipswich going up. That's the other automatic on goal difference, and then a drop off. Bristol Rovers managed to make the playoffs after they were pretty much second to 70+% of the season, and Bolton squeak into the playoffs. No Sheffield Wednesday down in 10th, and no Portsmouth. Where are they? They're down in 19th, so terrible season for them. And that's the season. That's the overall picture, anyway. So we go up as champions. One of the few times I've ever gone up as a champion. I think I often go up in playoffs or second place because I think the clubs I choose, I guess. Clearly, throwing lots of amazing wonder kids at Derby County did the trick. So we will start in the championship next season. How will we go? Who knows? Let's go and have our end of season meetings. All right, so we've got an option to discuss how have an end of season team meeting. So let's go and do that, I guess. We're good enough to go up as good enough to go up as champions next season. Yeah, I don't think we'll be saying that. I think adopt our style of play. Wholly satisfied with our efforts. Congratulations on winning promotion this season. Congratulations. You've done brilliantly to get us promoted. It's been a great season. You've all done brilliant to get us promoted. Um, with that target in mind, and I think you'll help us make the playoffs. No, back-to-back promotions. Um, back-to-back promotions. What are we talking about here? Wow. Competition for places will be tougher as a result. No. Hmm. Hmm. Wow, it's all about back-to-back promotions, isn't it? That's really interesting. So not additions because we probably won't be batting much, to be honest. Um, I wanted to let you know that I'm going to keep faith in the squad. How about this? Hurt? Who's hurt? I think we're very happy. Um, Going to print the fists. Brilliant. That's what I wanted to hear. Why is everyone so hurt? Once you all return, once you return from your holidays, I really didn't know how to, I don't think I've ever encountered that before. Anyway, expressionless. Hmm. Not so, not so thrilled by that. Oh, the expectations meeting is here too. I completely missed that. Disappointed sign high reputation. Like, what is this? Okay, let's go and negotiate this. Yeah, the usual play, defensively solid play, counter-attacking. Let's see if we can drop. What would I want to drop? Defensively solid? Let's see. I mean, they're not big asks. Okay, so we drop that. So counter-attacking and high reputation players. Again, they're just favoured. Work within the wage budget. So end of next season, yeah, contract expires. Work to, what are the objectives? End of next season, contract expires. I don't see the objective. Where is it here? End of 24-25. Yeah, work towards reporting. I'm very confused by that. Okay, well, I guess we'll come back to that. There we go. End of squad, end of season break. We'll have one last weekly meeting. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do right now is make someone a captain. Then I'll be stopping. My training's going to stop anyway. Um, I'm going to slow down the play. Sure, give it a go. I'm not moving any mentor groups, of course. wrap this weekly meeting up. Here we go. Okay, so I guess any moment we'll have our proper end of season wrap up. Actually, just one thing before we go to that. Most points of the season, 103. We've had 117. Why is this still sitting here? Maybe because the season hasn't officially ended. But anyway, well, while we're here, let's have a look at some of these. Most league wins in a season, 36. So we broke the record for the league there. We have obviously the youngest player, Endrick, who was also the youngest goal scorer. Yes, youngest goal scorer. Same day by the look of it. Yes, same game, 4-0 game to Fleetwood. Fastest goal, 20 seconds. Remember that one? That was I'm pretty sure was that in the save? Pretty sure that was. Is that it? I think that's it for, oh no, there we go. There we go. Most team goals, 126 team goals, but not the most goals in a season. That record, not the most individual goals in a season. In fact, Evan Ferguson didn't even win that. It was in fact Dion Charles on 20, sorry, on 30, whereas Evan Ferguson ended up on 28. But you can see down in sixth place there is Gnotto on 22, and below him Schlitterup with 19. But look at, I mean, is that it? Yeah, so within that top 20, we have three goal scorers. Does anyone have more than that? Not jumping out at me. Not that I can see. Ipswich have got a couple. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, they've got a couple. So we look to have the most players for goals. No surprise there, of course. But average rating, top three positions. Actually, let's have a look at that. Top three, four, five, six, seven, seven, top seven. And then we jump down to 10, 13. There you go. Amazing. Is that half the, not quite half, not quite half the top 20, or maybe it is. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. No, just short of half of the 20 assists. Schlüter is number two there. Andrick, and oh, look at that. Hey, he did step up. Garnacho, of course. It's Spree is there. Scott is in there. It's good. A bit low. Would have liked him to be more. Players of the match, Evan Ferguson with 8, beat out by Scott Sinclair. Clean sheets, didn't quite do it. Didn't quite do it. Gabriel Slanina, Walton of Ipswich managed that. Yellow cards, we don't need to worry about 'em. We had yellow cards. We only had the two sendings off, which was, if I can remember it, it was Larios and it was Garnacho. I think they were the two sending offs we had. One was a straight red, I think, in Larios, or was it? I'm not sure. So look, unsurprisingly, as a club that went up as champions that broke a lot of records, we feature heavily. All right, so Sonny Perkins will be joining us, 10 million out of the 117. So we will take Sonny, and he's played that much. What do we sign him in as on an impact sub all these hours now? And we'll just load him up. Hopefully it'll pick up some sort of box. He's not a high reputation player, I don't think, is he? That's pretty sure he's not. Devastated, devastated. Oh. Now, something I've just realised, I think it's not wrapping up because we've still got the playoffs to happen. So we've got the semi-final here, Bolton, Plymouth, Charlton, and Rovers. Geez, that seems a bit unfair. Should Rovers be at home? So I'm going to duck off, run through this to get to the end of all these playoff games, and then hopefully come back for that end of season wrap up. See you in a moment. And indeed, I was correct. We needed to have that playoff game before we got to the end of season review. By the way, Bristol Rovers won that game 2-1 over Bolton. Given their performance, it's deserved, and facing Bolton, who scraped in. So congrats to Bristol Rovers. So ourselves, Ipswich and Bristol Rovers have gone up to the championship. I'd say, I mean, it's a tough league, obviously, and we haven't seen who went down. We'll go check that out once we're done here. I, look, I think we'll be fine. Ipswich, maybe. Rovers, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know much about the squad, to be honest. They had a good season, but anyway. So the 2022-23 season, look at those two trophies there. Recognize those? Yeah. All right, so the new arrivals, Cannabos, that's interesting because his average rating was the highest. Yeah, I mean, interesting. We did end up putting that bid in for him, didn't we? Is that correct? I can't remember. No, maybe not. Sorry. He might have turned that down. We'll come back to that. Matches tell he performed when he needed to perform. That was good. He didn't get lots and lots of games. 7 goals though, 5 assists in 15 appearances. Most of those off the bench, of course. Just one start. I didn't realise that. Victor Roque. Be, okay. Look, he's down there. Why have they sort of? What order is this in? What order is this in? Can't. Appearances. No, it's not in appearances. Let's do it in ratings. No, that looks a bit better. There you go. So Shuttlerook, 40 appearances, only three off the bench there, so 19 goals, 19 assists, absolute leader. Our best player of the match winner, Garnacho, hampered a little bit with injuries and it wasn't the most consistent. Diamande, superb. Can I just show you here? He's a perfectionist, and he's consistent. I think he's fairly consistent. No big matches there, but look, he's very good. The only thing I think really stopping him is maybe his decision making isn't fantastic and his positioning isn't great, but he does make up for that with pace, I guess. We'll see. Gula, Arda Gula, a favourite for a lot of you out there. Uh, Placed pretty. Why is it? Why is it not sorting by? Okay, are we done now? Okay, because I went away. Sorry. Let's keep going. There's Tell. Of course, we talked about Tell. Gnotto up there, 25 goals, 7 assists. Not as many assists as I thought. 30 appearances. Half of those off the bench. That's interesting. If we see Evans not there, where's Evan? Is he way down? Surely he's not. Have I skipped him? Or maybe he doesn't count for some reason as a new arrival. Yeah, maybe he doesn't count as a new arrival. Anyway, Kaiki, the ex Almeria guy, did pretty well. He was very much a sub player, but he early on he just came on for cup games, but second half of the season I was just rotating him out with Scalvini just because we needed to do a lot of rotation. Salini, of course, we know he had a great game. There's Kieran Westwood. Good on you, Kieran Westwood. Aspria's there. That's nice. Could he have done better? Yeah, Larios, solid. I mean, there he is there. So he's the only one below 7 in terms of the new arrivals. Um, why is Tell top of the? Oh, don't know why, but anyway, um, yeah. I mean, other than the sort of Ken Abo, you know, um, sort of oddness of him, I mean, only 5 games, 4 goals. I mean, pretty solid. I don't think. I mean, he's not all that. I mean, look at that. He's not even. He needs to work on his consistency. Do we even want to make a bid? Let's just do it. I don't think he. I think we tried this and he doesn't come anyway. Don't worry about that. Season's results. Yes. Well, champions, top goal scorer, Evan Ferguson, not in the league as we said, but obviously, outstanding player. We've got a good version of him, I think, and we need to try and keep much of this team intact for the championship to try and get up. I think if we don't get up pretty quickly, it's going to be a lot harder. It'll also depend on their performances next season. There you go. I mean, just outrageous, 98 goal difference. Spectacular. So in the league, just the one loss. Yeah, to Plymouth Argyle. There's some draws there, but just the one loss. So not an unbeatable season, unfortunately. And this was probably the one chance we had of getting one. Of course, winners. 6-1, yeah, remember that. Carabao Cup, look, we made it to, what round was this? Fifth? I can remember. No, this is the quarters, wasn't it? The quarterfinals. A narrow loss. And the fifth round, no, quarterfinal. Quarterfinal with Liverpool and a narrow 1-0 loss. Oh, yeah, we did look at that. There's that big Manchester game there. And we did have a big win there. And then look, these wins here, these home wins against QPR and Middlesbrough. And this is an FA Cup game. It's not, this isn't Papa John's. This give me hope for next season. Moments to remember. I never remember these moments. Let's see if I do. Yeah, okay. 2-0. Yeah, well, the Arsenal win definitely I remember. And the 4-1 over Portsmouth with the goal of the season. Yeah, actually, can I just say and this is also not just goal of the season for, oh yeah, sorry, for us, but goal of the season for the league. Um, and it was amazing. I think that happened off camera, so I think it happened in a between game, but it was a cracker. And I think he scored 4 goals in total, maybe 2 to 4 goals. I can't quite remember now. I mean, yeah, he did a lot of trouncing. Finances, I haven't even looked at them. I mean, we're rich. We're rich. We've got a good reputation. They gave us a bunch of money. What'll be interesting is how going up to the championship helps in terms of trying to get players. Not that I think we need a lot. And in theory, we've got less games because we don't have Papa John. So in theory, we're just, it'll be a lot of games, of course, but we also don't have weird World Cup things going on. So um, what might probably end up happening is some players will go out on loan unless something really special comes up. I'm not sure we're going to see a lot of activity in the transfer market. Find out. Wow, 4-4-2 in the end. Endrick and Ferguson, that's interesting. Endrick had a great season, by the way. He was really outstanding. Ferguson, we know, of course. Um, the so when does he join Real Madrid? 2029 or something? I don't know. It's like 12 years old or something. Of course, Schlotterup was really, really sort of Scott just scraped over the line there. See that. Zia Emery ended up using it a bit, probably more than oh God, I can't think of him. The ex-Man City defensive midfielder. Anyway, him. Sorry. Hmm. So yes, I ended up using him quite a lot. Garnacho played on the right. Fresneda versus Estevez. Well, I guess so. Escalvi and Diamande. Not Silva. That is interesting. And Larios on the left. Larios and Lewis. Yeah, that'll be an interesting battle next season, I think. We stuck with 4-4-2 for a good chunk of the season because I like the goals. Managers Awards, yep, four managers of the month. I'm guessing we'll be up for manager of the season. Doesn't say this here. Player of awards, fan player of the season, Evan Ferguson, young player, Hendrick, goal of the season, of course, Lewis. Um, we've known most of these. Most passes completed in 90 of that. Antonio Silva, good on him. And Andrick had the highest average rating. Yeah, he did very, very well. Record breakers, of course, Evan Ferguson. Look at that shot. Like most assists, most clean sheets for us, but not in the season, but for Derby ever in a season. Um, Most player of the matches, Evan Ferguson, 10. Worst discipline, Estevez, 8 yellow cards, eh? Getting forward too much, eh? Now, highest transfer, George Hall, because he's joining us this season as well. I can't remember, he's probably a squad player. Anyway. And youngest goal scorer, of course, was. Yeah, here we go. A bit of a summary here. League One title, Papa John's Trophy. Spell of football in the middle of the season was a making of Derby. When we stuttered, we didn't stutter too badly. I think that's probably what it comes down to. We had only had that one loss, and yeah, if we can, obviously we can have a similar approach next season. We should be playoff bound. That's probably going to be the requirement, but we'll see. Cameron Shaparov said Derby were amongst the favourites to seal promotion. Well, yes, we were by a long shot. Oh, this thing. Yeah, I keep forgetting about this. Yeah, taking him a go. Welcome aboard. Big upset. Beating Wigan. Yeah, future star. George Hall. Yeah, Giant Killers. Middlesbrough Giant Killers. Ferguson makes history. Record breakers. Yeah, most points total. We'll see whether that's updated when we get back now. What a shock. 4-0. Papa John's Trophy winners, League One success, taking the next step. Next step. A great season. Yeah, great season. Collective bonuses pay out and we receive just shy of 1 million for participating in League One. Wow, that's not a lot now. There it is. So it's finally updated. 117 points. Derby. a record, probably unlikely to be broken anytime soon. Nice to create records, and unlikely that any of these youngest goal scorers will be broken. Um, most matches won in a row. We didn't win that, eh? Most matches without losing Huddersfield. Geez, we don't really appear in Derby. Most team goals. Um, hmm, Fewest league defeats, one. Okay, there we go. That's us. Okay, so let's have a quick look at this squad. So it's pretty big. Now, players joining us. Who's actually joining us? So yeah, Dante Casanova, don't worry about that. Anyara, yes, and Anyara is joining us. Facundo Buonanotte is joining us, and Sonny Perkins is joining us, and Kennebo is not joining us. So we've got three players joining us next season. I really don't remember what, but we've forked out quite a bit of money for them. I'm guessing the finance has now dropped to 41. That's cool. Don't need to worry about that. What we need to think about is what we're going to do with this squad. Now, there are a lot of players wanted, of course. Who's going back? So Bellingham's going back. Lewis Hall's going back. I'm going to keep trying to sign some of these players. I think particularly Hall and Bellingham. Kennebo, I'm not too worried about. Um, and then, of course, we've got down here in the under 21s. So George Hall will be joining us. Budget. Here we go. He said, by the way, I should talk about Stefan Bajcetic, sorry, Stefan. But he's been having an outstanding season in where is he again? Baleares, Atletico Baleares. So they were quite close to the top of the table. Still in the playoffs. But he's been an absolute revelation for them. If I go into the team average rating, look at that, third. The only disappointing thing is he just not a lot of developing. I guess that's the nature of the team. You're not getting a lot of developing, but he got a lot of game time, and it's a good thing. Can he feature for us next season? I don't know. I don't know. Got a lot of players here, a lot of players. So yeah, yeah, we'll see. I mean, particularly here, I think a bunch of these players are going to have to go out on loan. Warner, I think, has to go out on loan. I think a lot of these players have to go out on loan. Again, we are one cup less, and that cup had, remember, it was a mini league and then a bunch of knockout games, so it wasn't. It put pressure on the club. If we have a look at the schedule, I mean, look at it; it's massive. I mean, can I count? I don't think I can't be bothered, but 50 games? I don't know. Maybe a lot, a lot of games. So it's going to be less, and so I think we'll need to do some culling. Who that is, I don't know, but I suspect it's going to probably be, the likes of Knight, Bird, Cashin, those players definitely will have to. I don't want them to leave because chance we qualify for Europe, we'll need them. But definitely out on loan to improve. They've still got some improving to do, and then a bunch of others. Really, I don't. Were there any weaknesses? Not really. Not really. Maybe ball winning midfielders, maybe, but then we've got Lavia here. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. And we've got Scalvini can play in there in a deeper role. Yeah. I mean, Thompson is here. He's 21, future prospect. What's he look like? So yeah, a lot of questions to be asked, but I think probably the hardest thing will be to fend off bids like cash bids for players. I think that's going to be the most challenging. So here is the championship. West Brom went up and Middlesbrough were promoted. There you go. And the playoff is between Blackburn. Is it Blackburn and Norwich? Is that the next match? Norwich and Blackburn. Yeah. Okay. And how were they situated? Who knows? Down went Swansea, Wigan, and Millwall. Okay, so we're going up without those teams, and so no Borough, no Middlesbrough. Be happy if Norwich went up there. Sunderland are still there though. Burnley are still there. So two big clubs who can really hurt you. They're probably United, Sheffield United are still there. Now, who's come down into the Championship? Wow. Wow. Aston Villa's come down and Brighton. They've both come down. Oh, that's going to be hard. City won, 82 points. Oh, it's tight. Liverpool closely behind them. Chelsea a bit off that, and then it sort of drops away pretty quickly. Newcastle make Europa League, or that might be the conference. Anyway, um, they're in Europe. Crystal Palace, great season from them. And Leeds, look at that. Leeds and Everton had great seasons. Southampton stayed up. There you go. The teams that, I know, yeah, yeah. So the teams that stayed up, I mean, Brighton made Europe, obviously, and so did Aston Villa. But wow, that's pretty shocking. I wonder whether they'll come sniffing, offering me a job, which I don't want. So, yeah, yeah, okay. So that's it. That's the season. So thank you for joining me for this season. It was a fairly curtailed one. I think the next one will probably stretch more to like 8 episodes, maybe 8, 9, 10, depending on how that goes, just because it's a championship and it's more competitive. I don't really want to waste your time with a lot of 4-0 wins. So thank you for joining me. Thanks for all your likes and your views. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And yeah, don't forget to drop a like on this. So we will be back with, I guess, pre-season wrap up, how the transfers went, who stayed, that sort of stuff. Who came in? I don't think anyone came in, but anyway, mostly it'll be about who left and who might still be leaving, because obviously when we have our first game, the transfer window will still be open. And we'll come back for that first game away, which is normally, isn't it normally, it's the relegated team plays the winner, except that doesn't work here, does it? Yeah, I don't know how that works. Maybe you play the team that didn't win the playoffs. I don't know. We'll find out soon enough. That's it. Thank you again. Thank you so much for your support over this season. I hope you'll join me again for season 2 of the RAMS rebuild. Until then, La Starate.